Yes, I'm on Row. They say GLP-1s for weight loss is a shortcut. It's not, it's science. After kids, it's the medicine my body needed. GLP-1s helped me lose 31 pounds. One app to hit my goals. This is healthcare. This is Row. I'm Serena Williams, and I'm a real Row member. Yes, I'm on Row. They say GLP-1s for weight loss is a shortcut. It's not, it's science. After kids, it's the medicine my body needed. GLP-1s helped me lose 31 pounds. One app to hit my goals. This is healthcare. This is Row. I'm Serena Williams, and I'm a real Row member.
Shalom. First thing and foremost, I'm going to give all praises and glory and honor is due to Yahweh, by Hashem Yahawashi, by Hashem Rakakadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone and rule well. Peace and blessings and salutations to the hopeful elect. Northern the gospel, brother, lifting up the standard of Yahweh, by Hashem Yahawashi, wherever it may be. This is a quick lesson through the Spirit. Our Lord's will to be edifying. Hold on. This is Serena Williams, okay, which is a professional tennis player. You got Venus and Serena, which one of them looks like a man boy. But basically, she's promoting this new program, which is called the telehealth weight program called the Row Body program. Now, I remember I went to like a little seminar maybe last year sometime. And I remember they was talking about different advancements and technology and GOP and all this other stuff, and how they're going to offer this weight loss drug that's going to target people's fat cells and deplete fat, which is basically chemicals. Now, I didn't do the in transit research on it in depth, but from the looks of it, man, they're using celebrities to push this healthcare shit, especially the MOTB. Because I remember a while ago, the apostles was mentioned, and, you know, we've all mentioned likewise that they would use various celebrities to push this RFID chip because of, you know, the influence they have on Jake. But of course they have her promote it, and if I'm not mistaken, one of them is I don't recall. I think she's married to Edelman, if I'm not mistaken. But who knows, man? I mean, with these black women, I haven't done too much research on Serena and Venus. I just know enough about them. But regardless of it, if you want to lose fucking weight, then change your goddamn diet and work out. And I mean, ultimately, that's just what it is. But it says here, offers a telehealth weight loss program called the Row Body program, designed to help patients lose weight through personalized plans, primarily using GLP-1 receptor agonist medications like Wegovy, which is a semaglutide, Zepbound, and sometimes Ozempic, off-label for weight loss. But all these things are known to have harmful side effects to them, because anything that has a side effects, which herbal medicines can, you know, depending, like if you take too much, like not black seed oil, but you got something which is called activated charcoal. Nutritionists recommend that you only take it like for 2 weeks at a time, 2-week increments, because of the potency and the ability that it has to carry toxins out of the bloodstream, you know. And then also you have like colloidal silver, okay, which is something you can take every day, but you want to cut it off at a certain transit, and because of the effects it can have on the body. Okay, like they say, too much of anything is bad for you. But even in this regard, you're putting medicines that's not conducive to the way that the body functions in order to do something that the body is naturally designed to do, such as lose weight. You're totally just disrupting yourself, man. And like I said, they will push celebrities to help push this rhetoric, you know. But it says here, it says how it works. You got an online assessment. You start by filling out a detailed online form about your health history and weight loss goals. And this is just how can I say it? This is just a lazy way for a fat bitch to lose weight. And honestly speaking, people say, I can't lose weight. Well, you probably can't lose weight because the amount of toxins in your body. You got endotoxins that's not being carried out by bile salts because your bowels are backed up. Then, you know, You won't lose the weight. You'll be full of toxins, you know. So yeah, you people eat McDonald's and Burger King and and Chick-fil-A and all this other stuff. Yeah, taking 3-pointers that was not supposed to go in the bloodstream, and now you people are totally just through. And they're using niggas to promote it. Like they gonna use niggas to push the chip on you other jakes. But it says here, a Ro-affiliated provider reviews your answers within a few days. Then you got metabolic testing. Depending on your health profile, the provider may order a metabolic lab test at a Quest Diagnostic location or via at-home kit. Personalized plans, it says if eligible, the provider prescribes GLP-1 medication tailored to your biology. And they know all this. Why can't they just come up with a cure for certain diseases, which they do have cures for them, but it's not readily accessible. But it says including Wegovy, Zepbound, Cenexa, or compound semaglutide, which is not FDA approved. Then they got insurance, which insurance works with the insurance to determine curves for medications. But if insurance doesn't cover it or prefer cash pay, they'll outline for such and such, such and such. And then you got ongoing support. Then you have effectiveness, which it claims members to lose 15 to 20% of body weight on average in 1 year. That's a lot of weight. It says with GLP-1 diet and exercise compared to 2.4 and 3.1 with lifestyle change alone, based on clinical trials and surveys of 1,243 world members. You got metabolic health, which shows 80% of members with metabolic risk improve at least one biomarker, cholesterol, A1C levels, after a year. It says users like Serena Williams reported significant weight loss, 31 pounds of postpartum. But however, some Reddit users expressed mixed experiences, citing issues with app functionality or unexpected costs. Okay. Now, pros, fully online, fast prescription. You got comprehensive support, coaching, transparency. Then you got cons, high monthly memberships because it's a money-making racket. Separate medication can be expensive, app issues, mixed customer service, limited options, and safety concerns, which is a big one. GLP carry risks like thyroid tumors, pancreatitis, or kidney issues, which is all diseases that can put you in the spirit world. So why would you want to substitute something that totally outmitigates the benefactor? Okay, it's like the risk outmitigates the benefactor of it. Okay, it says they're not safe for breastfeeding, etc. So yeah, man, they're using our people to promote wickedness. And like I said, she's nothing different because, hey, he said, is this a new Black Mirror teaser? Well, you would think that. It says unreal, a super fit sportswoman advertising weight loss drugs. Yeah, because, I mean, they use celebrities to push certain things. It says they're going to all sell out in the pharmacy. It's going to be another shortage and Ro probably won't get all the sales. Tomato. People are crazy, man. But anyway, let's go here. Zephaniah 11:5, it says, whose possessors slay them and hold themselves not guilty. And they that sell them say, blessed be the Yahweh, for I am rich. And their own shepherds pity them not. Yeah, because see, our people, they sell us out, man. Okay, same thing when the jab came back in 2021 or whenever it was. Hey, you had our own people pushing it, okay, as well as Edomites and other nations. But you had a lot of Jake, especially a lot of leaders and pastors of churches and, nonprofit programs, government agencies. A lot of these people were pushing this poison on Jake, man. Okay, and a lot of Jake went down there and they took it. Hell, you even had people at your job set up as gatekeeper pushing this poison on people, man. Certain jobs require you to get it. Like when I was working at a particular, well, I'm still at the same organization now. I just kind of changed departments. But even then, those of us that didn't take the jab, they was making us pay $90 out of pocket every week to get a spit test because, we was against the PCR shit because we didn't ultimately trust it. Something going up in your blood. What do you call it? What is it called? Your blood-brain barrier. Something up that far to detect if you have something viral or not. When you can actually spit in a cup and detect it. So they came up with a solution like, well, we're going to overly tax you if you don't want to take the ordeal. And then we fall back against it and took it down to the councilman in the city. And ultimately we won it, okay, because we was breaking it down on how it's a violation of basically your human rights, man. Okay, and you don't have to get nothing put in you that don't need to be there. But see, they're pushing this shit because it's called gradualism. Okay, when you desensitize somebody to something over a course of time, then eventually they're going to become numb to it. You see, like prime example, you have an IRS, you got Title 4D. Okay, you got a bunch of draconian laws that's being bullheaded right here in Babylon, and the average person are just sitting back, twiddling their thumbs because they're used to things gradually being taken away from them to the point they don't even realize it. Okay, but it says here, whose possessors slay them and hold themselves not guilty. It says, and they that seldom say, blessed be the Lord, for I am rich, and their own shepherds pity them not, man. You know, because hey, LeBron James, all them dudes was coming out pushing this shit. Yeah, go down there and get your such and such. Go down there and get it. You know, you'll be happy that you got it. You know, you'll be saving lives. But in fact, turbo cancers then went up 300%. 10 to 20 million deaths worldwide. Fucking fertility or infertility has went up. Women are not having babies anymore like that. Men are shooting blanks. Okay, cancers. People are catching cancer and HIV at an alarming rate. You know why? Because of that three-pointer, man. Okay, like we mentioned. Yeah, you got a lot of nasty people having sex with one another. But even then, test it. There's only a 2% chance that if you have vaginal intercourse with a woman with HIV, it's only a 2% chance you contract it. Depending on your immunity and the way that your body depletes toxins, man, depending on your white cell buildup. So you'll be able to fight that shit off. But now people are catching it by the thousands. Why? Because a lot of you niggas down there in Houston, you went down there and you did the shot from the half court line and then you hit. And basically you can't get that 3-point out you. So now y'all jacked up, you're infecting each other, and they use niggas to promote getting these particular ordeals, man. Okay? But this is the book of Jeremiah 9, and I'm gonna start at verses 4. Matter of fact, wayfaring men. Matter of fact, let's start at verses 2. It says, "Oh, that I had in the wilderness a lodging place of wayfaring men, that I might leave my people and go from them. For they all to be adulterers and assembly of treacherous men." Yeah, treacherous goes into betrayal. Okay, snakes. And there's a lot of snakes among our people, especially those that will sell out to get a buck and send their people up the river to be destroyed. And it says, and they bend their tongues like they're both for lies. Okay, and it's all lies, man. Lies and propagation. Okay, no way in hell Serena Williams is on a weight loss drug and she's a national fucking athlete. Okay, literally, like, got to fight to fall out of shape and you want to believe that you're on some type of weight loss drug. I'm not buying that, man. But they're pushing it to you Keishas because 60% of you women are obese. Okay, you're above your way out of your weight range. Okay, you got BMI index, and you women, man, your BMI is too damn high. Okay, but it says here, they bend their tongues like they're both for lies, but they're not valiant for the truth upon the earth. For they proceed from evil to evil, and they know not me, says Yahweh. Okay, yeah, mischief. And it says, take ye heed every one of his neighbor, and trust ye not in any brother. For every brother will utterly supplant, and every neighbor will walk with slanders. And then it says, and they will deceive everyone his neighbor, and will not speak the truth. And they have taught their tongue to speak lies, and wearied themselves to commit iniquity, man. And that's you Jakes, man. Okay, lies after lies after lies, even selling out to the point of sending your people up the river, man. And this is what we're witnessing. So let's get this in the book of it's Proverbs 11. And 21. It says, though hand join in hand, the wicked should not be unpunished, but the seed of the righteous should be delivered. Okay, that's right. So, yeah. Even though you Jake's, like, prime example, you got a guy by the name of Anton Daniels. He's literally lives in Esau's asshole, his ass crack. Okay, he lives of swinging on Esau's bald hairs, man, because he just that loving with Trump. But see, guys like him are going to be totally steamrolled over because they don't understand who the enemy is. Okay, their own people is more of a offense than a so-called white man. And you get it because Jake is wicked and Jake is an offense. But like I mentioned before in the previous lessons, Jake is more of a domestic problem. Esau is an international problem. So take your pick. Yeah, niggas are wicked, but niggas have been given a limited amount of power to perpetuate their wickedness, while Esau has the whole world in the palm of his hand. So Esau is way more wicked because he has the levels to do so. Even though Jake is just devious as hell, you know, hey, Esau is the enemy, man. And a lot of you Jakes don't see it that way because he's cutting your paycheck. You know, oh, well, he's paying my bills. Well, you know, he's giving me a job. All right, this is you know, he's giving me a 5-star career that I can't resist. And it's good for you, you know, because it's going to be your destruction. But this is the book of Isaiah 13. And I'm going to start at verses 15. It says, everyone that is found should be thrust through, and everyone that is joined to him shall fall by the sword. Okay, so if you got any dealings with Esau on any type of level, as far as on a notable level, then it's easy to say that the Most High is going to cut your ticket. Okay, he's going to punch your ticket. Because going back here, reading it, it goes into pricing. Then you got the pros. And then it looks like the cons out mitigate the pros. Okay, you got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 safety concerns, comparison to alternatives. Okay, when simply you can get your ass in the gym and work out. But it says skepticism of claims, while Rowe cites impressive weight loss stats. These are based on clinical trial and member surveys, which may not reflect all users' experience because they pick and choose. Compound medications lack FDA approval, raising questions about consistency and safety. But just because something makes it through the FDA doesn't mean that it's safe. Hell, most shit that passed through the Food and Drug Administration is not safe because they've getting money, they've been given bribes and payoffs to pass certain medications that'll fuck people up, man. Like Ritalin. Why in the hell is that prescribed? You know, what is it called? Omeprazole, which is basically an anti-acid, which totally depletes the stomach of acid when you totally need stomach acid in order to break down your food. But they prescribe medications, you know what I'm saying, called proton, what do they call proton blockers or proton inhibitors or some shit. They prescribe these medications, and then eventually, you know, what happens is the body, it can't produce any more acid, and the food rots in your stomach. Then gastritis and bloating and stomach diseases, all that shit come from that. Okay, so but they'll tell you, oh, well, take this if you're having heartburn. A lot of times heartburn isn't from stomach acid. Or if you have too much stomach acid and you already have inflammation, then it can aggravate it. But in fact, heartburn has never been from having too much stomach acid. And whoever teaches you that is a goddamn lie, and you can look it up. Okay, because I suffered from some gastritis shit and not knowing where it came from, and found out. I was like, well, I need to add more acid to my stomach and particular herbs, and, you know, the Lord healed the issue. You know what I'm saying? You know, it took me some time to figure out what the hell it was, but eventually the Most High allowed me to figure it out, and I didn't have to, you know, I mean, of course I had procedures done to get an idea on what was going on in the body, but they wasn't helpful. They wasn't helping me with nothing, man. I'm like, why do I have stomach inflammation? Why do I have gastritis? They couldn't tell me. They didn't tell me. They said, well, it looked like H. pylori. I'm like, I did the test because they had an outbreak out here because the river here is filthy, man. I mean, when we was in Chicago, our river, I thought our rivers out there were dirty, but compared to our rivers out in Chicago versus here, it's like night and day. Okay, the water is almost drinkable in Chicago versus the shit we have here. So they had a outbreak here about 2-3 years ago, and a lot of people was getting affected. So I took a stool test, and they didn't detect it in there, but they was like looking from the lining of your stomach. It looked like you got H. pylori. But I'm like, y'all not going to give me the medication because I'm not going to take it because that's not what I have. I'm not going to sit up here and put this shit in my body and mess me up even more. That happened to me before. You know, I thought I had a strep throat infection, and I thought I had a strep throat at a point in time because this is in the midst of the pandemic when everybody was just all messed up. So you're getting hit from all sides from sick people. And I thought I had a sinus infection because those run bad in my family on my mother's side. Our sinuses get so inflamed, we just be jacked up, man. So they gave me a round of antibiotics, and I took it not knowing that I didn't need them. And basically, you know, you can get a super bug from that because it wipes out all the good gut bacteria. And on top of that, I had drunk some kefir, which was, because technically kefir's already fermented, but somehow, some way, it wasn't sitting right with my stomach, and that just, it was a roller coaster to hell from that point. So I was dealing with that for some time, and the Lord allowed me to, you know, get the herbs and, you know, do what I have to do to rebuild my gut back up. So now, you know, I'm good. But regardless of it, man, these physicians tell you to push certain things and it don't work. Okay, you be a lot worse off listening to them than not. Unless you just have to go to the motherfuckers. But I don't recommend going to them at all if you don't need to. I mean, if you want to get procedures done to know what's going on, to get an idea, then okay. But don't be letting these people heal you, man, because they ain't in the business of healing you. Hell, it was the Holy Spirit, how shy, that helped heal me with, you know, with the aid of brothers and, you know, herbs and, you know, sisters and stuff like that. And ultimately just my own diligence, and I've managed to build my body back up a lot better than what it was, man. You know, like I don't drink like that, I don't drink like that no more, which I was never like a big drinker, but, you know, over the course of time, you can be drinking and not noticing that you're drinking. You know, like every week at the camp, you know, brothers, we had some Shakar on deck, and of course we did the work. We gonna kick it, listen to some music, you know, do what we do. But eventually all that starts to take a toll on your body. So I'm like, okay, fuck that. Like, I'm not even dealing with, like, I got a whole bar full of Shakar at the crib, and it just sit there until I'm ready to deal with it, or brothers come over, or, you know, Jay got a breezy or something. But other than that, I don't fuck with it, man. And I don't have a desire to anymore. Okay. But anyway, last precept, this is the book of Job 13:4. It says, but ye are all forgers of lies, ye are all physicians of no value. And that's including you, Jakes, man, all right? But anyway, I'm going to end it giving all praises and glory and honor that's due to Yahweh Shem Yahushua. Lord's will, you will edify into the next lesson. Shalom.